creamy chicken. Look at that. Okay, Annie's going to have some salad. Look at that salad, nice fresh salad with some vinaigrette. I think that's going to upset her IBS. I've got my coffee and I've got my Coke, and Annie drinks this. It's got AM on it, Antoinette Motto, but it's a grape juice with electrolytes, and it helps her with her concentration and her brains. She's got the exam today, but so that's Annie talking to some Filipino friends of hers and explaining she's doing the chica chica. There we go. But I'm going to enjoy my chicken. Okay, look, there's Annie doing some studying. It's 3:15 on a Thursday. Okay, today it's 13A. When you turn around and you apply for 13A, it takes around 3 months. You've got a set of processes to follow and a set of cash expenditure that you need to pay out to turn around and get the visa. You don't need to put a lump sum in a bank like an SRRV, but you need to turn around and pay for the privilege of being on a 13A. Now, what does a 13A give to you in the Philippines? Well, it means you can set up your own business. It's not like a tourist or a balokbayan, you can't do that. You can set up your own business. You can buy property, but you can do property with a balokbayan or as an SRRV. You can't buy property as a tourist, but you still need to turn around and remember the 40-60 law, that 40% of the company needs to be managed by Filipino. Can't all be foreign management. Okay. When you travel, you don't need to get exit clearance or anything like that. What you do need to turn around and do is you need to turn around and pay to exit. There is a value between 3,000 and 4,000 pesos each time you travel outside of the Philippines. But you're allowed to travel without your partner, because your 13A runs for 12 months. After 12 months, you need to turn around and go down to the office, and they need to do a site check on you. I call it a site check. They need to make sure that your picture is what is in your 13A. It's not a different picture. They need to check your passport details are the same that are on the 13A documentation, and they may need to make sure you make the payment. The payment is 310 peso. Okay, and that gives you 12 months. You still need to get an ACRI card, and you need to apply for that, but that ACRI card is free. It's free. So each year you do this site check down the office, and then you go back, which is, for me, is similar to a balokbayan. A balokbayan, you go down, you then turn around and apply for a tourist visa after 12 months, because a balokbayan gives you 12 months free, doesn't give you indefinite. 13A gives you indefinite. Now, if you, and as I mentioned it earlier, there's quite a lot of people I'm seeing at the moment wanting to come out of the 13A, and they don't, for whatever reasons they have, there's something in there that they do not like, and I can't get that information out at the moment, what people don't like about the 13A. I can surmise and turn around and say, well, if you travel on a balokbayan, you get an exit letter and you can exit the Philippines. On an SRV, I get an exit letter, turn around and telling the immigration that I'm on an SRV. I don't pay payment. I don't turn around and make a payment. The 13A, you have to make that payment. On a tourist, you still make that payment. So a tourist is a tourist. So now the other thing you need to turn around and look at when you're doing a 13A is that after each year you do a site check, you make your little payment and off you go, and you're good for another year. If you travel more than twice on your 13A visa, it's not viable, in my opinion. In my opinion. It might be viable in yours, but in my opinion, it's not viable. Because each time you travel, you're going to pay 3,000 to 4,000 pesos to exit. You do 2 trips back to your country of origin or wherever. It's 4, 8, 9, 10,000 pesos. Yeah. Well, your tourist visa doesn't cost you that, and your balokbayan doesn't cost you that. So you have to turn around and look at it. And if you travel 4 times, that's 16,000. Now, somebody I was watching the other day, he travels regularly for business, and he's always exiting and coming back, and it's cost him around 50 to 60,000 pesos to exit the Philippines on a 13A. Not viable, really, is it? Just get a balokbayan, exit the country, come back. Every year you do a visa run with your partner to renew your balokbayan for 12 months, and you go from there. Well, yeah, got to say cheerio to Annie. So you just renew your balokbayan every year, and you do your visa run every year. You don't have to turn around and go in, do a site visit, and then when you're flying out of the Philippines, you're making this exit payment. It just adds up. So that might be one of the reasons I'm seeing a lot of people come away from the 13A. Balokbayan or 13A, balokbayan. If you're not going to set up a business and you're not wanting to turn around and run a business here, then it's a good option for you because you can own the business. Downside is that you have to pay when you exit. Balokbayan you don't pay, and I've just mentioned that again. So a friend of mine is getting married, and he believes that he'll turn around and he'll get a 13A, no problems at all. But he's not going to travel out of the Philippines. And the reason he's not going to travel is because he's got no money. So for him to get a 13A and stay here in the Philippines and don't do anything is great for him, because all it will cost him will be 310 peso each year to do a site visit, show his paperwork, show the pictures and everything like that to the office, have an interview, and then come away. Now, if you're on a 13A visa and you want to come off of it, there are also costs and charges linked to exiting the 13A. One of those is a cancellation of the 13A, a payment, and I've been told various numbers between 7,000 and 14,000 pesos to close down your 13A, pay the administration fees to terminate the 13A, get all of your documentation out and take it away. I don't know if that's right, I don't know if that's true on the value. You do have to pay to terminate your 13A visa, the same as you need to pay to set it up. Same as I had to pay to set my SRRV up, yeah. And every 2 years I go and make a payment to renew my visa. Okay, but I'm not looking to run a business, open a business, or anything like that. So it doesn't really worry me about that. All I want to turn around and do is want a simpler way of life. I do not want to be going, as I get older, continually going down to the BI office and queuing up with all the youngsters and all these other people that are going OFW. It takes 15 to 20 minutes. But I was with George last week. We went down to Victoria Plaza. At Victoria Plaza, I did a vlog on this back in January, and they were renovating the BI office down in Bahada, and they turned around and said 14 days. It's still being renovated. So if somebody turns around and says 14 days, add 2 months to it, yeah, because that's what it's going to physically take. So the BI is still at Victoria Plaza in Bahada, and opposite the road is the old BI office being renovated. New IT, new computers, new desks, new offices, new whatever. But anyway, so 13A, it's good for some, not good for others. It will cost you to get it, and it will cost you to get out of it. It will cost you when you go and travel, and if you do more than 2 trips a year, I would say look at a balokbayan. Go on holiday once a year with your partner, yeah, with your girlfriend, with your wife. Go to Guam, go to Hong Kong, go to Singapore, spend 2 or 3 days, come back, renew your balokbayan. You get your visa-less for 12 months. You don't have to go to BI. All you need to do is go out, immigration at your port of entry, or you can go to Cagayan de Oro and you can get a ferry over to Malaysia, spend 2 days sailing there, spend 2 nights in Malaysia, spend 2 days coming back, and then your partner can turn around and say, I want to sponsor my partner for a balokbayan. And that's how it works. You get that sponsorship for your balokbayan. On your 13A, your partner needs to apply. Your Filipina needs to apply. You can't apply. She needs to apply as the, what do they call it? The sponsor. The proprietary sponsor for you to come into the Philippines. So, yeah, it's a mess if you don't understand it all. It's difficult if you get into it and you want to get out of it. But remember, there is always a cost in, always a cost out, and what you do between, there is a cost. Because they see the balokbayan as an interim visa before you move into 13A. But a lot of people are just turning around and staying with the balokbayan rather than 13A. And there is no other visa above that. You've got the tourist, you've got balokbayan, you've got 13A, or you've got a retirement, which is my SRRV. And that's classic, and I covered that off a couple of weeks ago. It used to be 35 years of age, but a couple of countries around the world abused it. One begins with C, one begins with M. They abused it, and there was all of these 35-year-old retired beginning C citizens working here and doing businesses, doing stuff illegal, doing pogos, doing online gambling, online gaming, all that stuff. And the Philippine government shut it all down. If you're retiring here, it's 50. It's not younger anymore. So there we go. I post a picture at the end of this vlog of Annie. She did a presentation this week. She came second. I'll post 3 pictures. You can have a look at it. I'm proud. I think she's done really, really well. And she's moving forward. She's just gone to school now. And she'll be home tonight at 10 o'clock. She's on second semester, 3rd year, as I said before. All good, guys, all good. When we turn around, when she gets to next year, this time next year, and she's getting ready for her exams, she will be again stressed out. But anyway, a friend of mine in Thailand has given me a list of all these herbalist medicines that you can take to relax and calm you down. But let's see what happens next year, shall we? Anyway, like, share, subscribe, look after yourselves.